are excelling in their academics, but they're not able to get a proper job. What industry requires, we are not able to produce that sort of a product. That is how we just thought skilling is the most important exercise. And that is how we have come up with Young India Skills University, which shall bridge the gap between academia and industry, and ultimately see that by the time the students get graduated, they'll be immediately placed. This is the focus thrust areas. When it comes to, you know, shop floor skill force, we have already tied up with Tata Sons and all our, because you have the great exposure to the ITIs, to industrial training institutes. We have modernized all the ITI institutes in a matter of 1.5 years by infusing about 2,500 crores into these institutes and making them as advanced technology centers. Where we, on modernization, we brought robotics, we brought artificial intelligence, we brought every sphere of the modern technology to infuse that sort of a knowledge in industrial training institute graduate. So this graduate will become a productive skill force for any global player who requires on the shop floor. At the same level, we are trying to put all these polytechnic institutes to modernize them. And this is our next step to modernize these institutions. Now, all the engineering colleges are here. We produce many engineering graduates over a period of 1 year in this state of Telangana. The policy makers then would have thought people from this state should not go to different parts of the nation to study engineering. The education should be at their doorsteps. We made it possible. Now, we are graduating thousands and thousands of students every year, all engineering graduates. Maybe from the civil, maybe from the chemical engineering stream, maybe from the mechanical, maybe from the electronics. Anyway, more sought after is computer science. But now the question, when I was talking to a couple of AI, artificial intelligence, academic oriented elders, when I was speaking to AI entrepreneurs, and I am sailing in both the boats, basically as a policy maker, which I have to sustain myself to create more employment for the graduates who graduates every year. Same time, in this initial turn of AI, even though there are not many job cuts, but in times to come when AI takes a real, very speed shape, what will be the future of these students who graduated in thousands and thousands? I slightly have a fear, but I also have a courage that I can create a new jobs. We may lose jobs, provided if we don't upskill ourselves, if we don't reskill ourselves, if we don't put our energies on the cutting edge technologies, if we still try to keep ourselves to the traditional language mode of teaching, traditional mold language of putting their strength, not practicing into this cutting edge technologies, until unless we do that, until unless we ourselves upskill and reskill ourselves, we will be of a redundant use for the industries. And, I hail from a social media, studies background. When I was telling about the skilling part and when I wrote a small article in one of the regional newspapers, I got a huge criticism from my, very known professor and very dear professor of mine. All the academicians who are sitting over here may also think me in that way. He was just asking me one question. You are just only throwing academic knowledge only to skill, why are not encouraging in terms of research and development? You know, this government is not against research and development. Research and development also creates skill. It takes long gestation. And for me, as a policy maker over here, and the short tenure which we have to prove ourselves for the next tenure is to create jobs, is to create confidence, and to create a hope that this government will be stretching all its arm to see that everybody is placed properly. I assure all the academic professors who are sitting over here, research and development is also important criteria for our academic institutions. How well we can curate putting this cutting edge technology into sphere and take the research into the next level. I always tell, we have put so many centers of excellence, and you know, we are not able to create that sort of excellence in terms of new innovations. We have many institutions, but now time has to come. Literally, urge once again, when Government of India, lot many initiatives were there, when Mr. Naik, the Professor Naik, just remembering me about the Government of India's initiative of using Tech IP 1 and 2, of giving 4 crores per year to the institutions which helped to participate in the R&D. But unfortunately, it's been stopped. So whatever is being required to enhance the quality of the research, quality of empowerment among the students, we sought, you know, every academic scholar, and also we sought their interventions. And now the alumni who are sitting over here and there, now we have come up, and on December 8th and 9th, we are celebrating Telangana Rising 2047, a vision document for 2047. I request and urge all of you, how should be the new technology progress? We have to reflect to become a king, a lion, a tiger. Their organizers for conducting such a beautiful program. And also, I would like to congratulate the global alumni awardees who are sitting in the days, and the young minds who are sitting over here. I would like to share, I hail from a very remote place, and from that remote place, Walla alumni, young alumni who is known in the global field in the 3D photograph Mr. Shivarama Krishna, because I always go back to my roots. He is from my Mantini, who has done a great job, who has been to US many a time, who has been called many a time to different global platforms. I congratulate him and their team and all the young co-inventors who are sitting over here. I wish you good luck, all the best, thank you.
Respected Chief Guest, sir, with your permission, I would like to request you to unveil the book release of one of our alumnus who came all over from USA to see that his first authored book is released here in the August gathering of his fraternity. I request our alumnus Faniraj Kumar Garu to please come on to the dais. The title of the book is AI-Powered Supply Chains, Driving Efficiency and Innovations. I request our other alumnus, Krishna Mohan Garu, also to please come on to the dais. Thank you, sir. Sir, our another alumnus, Krishna Mohan Garu, had also written a book. Krishna Mohan Garu has translated the book in MATLAB. Congratulations, sir. Thank you, sir. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor Garu to kindly come forward and felicitate our Chief Guest. I request Honorable Chief Guest Garu. I request Honorable Chief Guest Garu to please present a memento to our distinguished alumnus A.K. Asthana Garu. I request Tulsi Ram Das Garu to please come forward and receive the Distinguished Alumnus Award from Chief Guest Garu.
విద్యాసాగర్ వాళ్ళందరినీ పిలవండి అఖిల
Sir, sure, sir. Okay. I request Naveen Velgapudi Garu to please come on to the dais and receive the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Naveen Velgapudi Garu.
అదర్ అలుమిని మెంబర్స్ని పిలవండి సో దట్ విల్ హ్యావ్ ఎ గ్రూప్.
Yeah, sure, sir.
అఖిల ఉంది, సాహిత్ మాన్యం ఉన్నారు, విద్యాసాగర్ ఉద్దగిరి.
Request the members of Alumni Association to please come on to the dais. I request Divakar Garu to please receive the memento from Honorable Chief Guest. Divakar Garu. I request Ramesh Vemuganti Garu to please come forward and receive a memento from the Chief Guest. I request Chandra Prakash Garu to please come forward and receive the memento from the Chief Guest.
గ్రూప్ ఫోటో దిగా అలుమిని కమ్. వేర్ ఇస్ సాహిత్ మాన్యం?
I request V. Ramesh Garu, our sponsor, to please come on to the dais and receive the memento from the Chief Guest. I request Samireddy Garu also to please come on to the dais. Sir, Samireddy Garu, please come, sir. Request Samireddy Garu to please come on to the dais. Yes, sir. Vemuganti I request Narendranath Garu to kindly receive the memento from our Chief Guest, the Distinguished Alumni Award. Already తీసుకున్నాను. చదివాను సార్. తీసుకున్నారు సార్. I request M. Satyanarayana Garu, who belongs to the first batch, to please come on to the dais and receive the award. I request Faniraj Kumar Garu to quickly come on to the dais. I request Faniraj Kumar Garu to kindly come on to the dais quickly and receive the award. I request Sridhar Chundi Garu, who is the General Secretary of our Alumni Association, to please come forward and receive the award. I request Manju Asthana Garu to please come forward quickly. To please come forward quickly. Distinguished Alumnus Award. Manju Asthana. I request Badavat Prabhakar Garu to please come on to the dais and receive the memento from the Chief Guest. తీసుకున్నారు సార్. I request Kamalakar Garu to kindly come forward and receive the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Kamalakar. Padmaja Gokraj Garu is here. Please come on to the dais, ma'am. Padmaja Gokraj Garu, kindly quickly come on to the dais, ma'am. Sir, she is our alumnus. Sir, quickly. Sir.
Keep calling them so that they
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I request Major General Vinod Rai Mahendra Garu to kindly come on to the dais and receive the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Sini Parmesh Garu is here. Sini Parmesh Garu. I request Damodar Garu, Professor and ex-Vice Chancellor, SV University, to kindly come on to the dais and receive the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Done. Kamalakar garu iచ్చారు. అదే ఇంకా చాలా. I request G. Satyanarayan Reddy Garu to kindly come on to the dais. G. Satyanarayan Reddy Garu. I also request M. Satyanarayan Reddy Garu, ENC Limited, to kindly come on to the dais and receive the memento. M. Satyanarayan Reddy Garu. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. So thank you so much for extending time for us and felicitating all our alumnus. Thank you so much, sir. Sridhar Reddy Garu, ENC. Quickly come on to the dais and receive the memento. Thank you so much, sir. తులసిరామ్ దాస్ గారు. I request our alumnus Tulsiram Das Garu to kindly say a few words on this occasion.
So good afternoon, everyone. So we are meeting today, the full day of alumni activities on the occasion of the Diamond Jubilee celebration of our college. We have built a strong alumni network, not only in India, but also with USA Alumni Association. And we are planning to contribute to the college, that is the alma mater, in terms of collaboration for internships, skill development, scholarships, student project grants, mentorship, research advisors, strengthen the startup ecosystem, modernization of labs and their equipment, support for establishment of research laboratories in the recent trends in emerging technologies from time to time, leading to centers of excellence and promoting sponsored research and many more. So these are the areas where, as a fellow alumni, we also deliberate today afternoon after the lunch and then explore all the possibilities of how best we can help our alma mater in the emerging technologies. So I hope after having a lunch, we'll come back again and deliberate on these issues to help our alma mater in a long run to go. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have here with us our distinguished alumnus from 1982 ECE, Sri Narendranath Gangavarapu Garu, who is Principal Secretary, National Security Council. Kindly say a few words on this occasion.
Okay. Yeah. You know, people are moving around. I don't know if anybody is going to listen to what I have to say, but since this slot is for me to speak, I intend to speak. It's like, you know, if there's nobody to listen also, you find then when there's a musician around, he devotes, no, I'm just going to that. You know, he really puts in all his effort into what if he's singing, he really does a very good job of it. And I hope to do a good job. I hope some people listen and some people get the message that I thought I should give to all of you. You know, I belong to the Indian Telecom Service. I belong to the 1982 batch of the BTech EC from JNTUH and the 1985 batch of ITS, okay? And it's been a long journey. And for all of that, I think I should start off with thanking the faculty of the engineering college and all the other members here who have actually given the foundation that led me in the journey that I took. The various things I've done. I mean, I've run telecom networks. I've designed telecom networks. I've done marketing and business development. I've done HR. I've managed unions. Okay, and towards the end, the last decade, I've come into the security domain. The journey was not very planned. It was serendipitous, you know, in the sense that it happened, and as it happened, I took it on. But it's been very enjoyable. And the great thing about the whole journey was that I had a chance to move around the country at government expense. You know, a lot of people go on tourism and you pay out of your pocket. But here, the government facilitated me to go to various parts of the country, both north, south, east, and west, where I spent a couple of years at each of those locations. And the great thing about it is, other than the technology piece that I'd worked on, was that I got exposed to the different cultures, the linguistic diversity, the cuisine, all of that. And it really is enlightening and enriching, and you really feel proud to be an Indian because of the diversity that is there. One way of looking at diversity is they are different, And another way of looking at diversity is that it gives you an opportunity to look at different things and experience different, things, that's all. So that way, it's been a very great journey that I had after I left from this college. Okay. Now I'll come to a few things because of the background that I've got in technology. I'll take a couple of more minutes. There are some challenges that we see from where I belong to the national security establishment now. I work in the National Security Council Secretariat. I'm part of the team of the National Security Advisor. My domain is cybersecurity. Okay. One is there are dependencies that we have in this country, and there are national security concerns. There are technological dependencies, there are supply chain dependencies that we have, and that's something that we have to work on. That has been referred to by our Honorable Minister also. And this is the area I think we've been working on with various institutions, a lot of IITs and IICs. We fund a lot of R&D projects. We identify problem statements and then see what can be done. There are some, in this journey also, we find that, I know how many of you are aware of the TRL levels, TRL 1 to TRL 9, as you technology readiness levels that you go ahead. There's a lot of work that happens in academic institutions. But the problem is you reach around TRL 4 where proof of concept in a lab, but that doesn't become a product at the end. There are many intermediate steps that have to take place where you go from TRL 4 to TRL 7 where you would actually prove it in a pilot project, but TRL 9 where it's actually a product that's get deployed in the field. So this is an area, I think, where there's a lot of work that's required to be done. And that's where the collaboration with the academia, the industry, and the users of the product is required to take place. This is where I think, you have to work. One of the questions that I asked one of the faculty that I was talking to here is how many PhDs do you have? Because if serious research is to happen, it's not that a BTech student would be doing serious research. An MTech student also has a limited bandwidth. It's the PhDs who do the real serious work in deep tech technologies. And that's where I think if you really want to stand out as an institution, you're at a certain level now. We are proud to be the part of the institution. But if you have to increase the level of the pride that we have in the institution, it's required that you have deep tech research happening here. The faculty gets into that mode of getting into research, and it gives us an opportunity from our place to provide funding to you. Because from our place, we provide funding where the proposal has merit. So I think the proposal has to merit, it has to address the problem statements that have national relevance. Okay. Then, from our place, we also drive all of these technology areas, the different missions that are there. And one of the things that we've been talking across the government is, whenever we take any technology missions, make security an integral part of it. Like, for example, the National Quantum Mission is there. We've been actively engaging with the Department of Science and Technology to see that security becomes a piece. The National Quantum Mission, as it came out, talked of many use cases for the 4 different verticals that are there in that. But security was not one of them. That's why we had a quantum threat panel meeting in our office, and then followed it up with now there's a formation of a committee task force for addressing the security concerns in quantum technologies, where now 2 subgroups have been formed. One for looking at testing, certification, and the lab infrastructure within the country, and the second regarding the migration to post-quantum cryptography among the critical infrastructure like the banking and financial sector, the power sector, and the telecommunication sector, along with the strategic sector. So these 2 committees are expected to the reports. I think Mr. Sridhar is here. He was part of one of those committees. So, yeah, he's part of one of those. Yeah. So we expect that in the next couple of weeks, those reports will come in, and then we'll start acting on that. Okay. The other is the National AI Mission. Now, there's a lot of work that's going on that, but there are 2 parts to it. One is there are a lot of people who come in and say that these, and one thing about AI, like IT has become a new horizontal like finance, and cybersecurity has become a new horizontal like all of those. You find that AI is also going to become a new horizontal because it's having applications across different verticals like agriculture, health, and even in telecom networks for optimizing of telecom networks, even in warfare. So this is where you will find that the wide adaptability, people coming with AI proposals. How do you evaluate an AI proposal? Currently, we do have a framework. So there are lots of documents floating around, So that's why, you know, we have funded a project for coming up with an evaluation framework for AI systems where you evaluate it from the security perspective. Okay. Then the other aspect is cybersecurity as a use case for AI, where you use AI for cybersecurity, because the amount of data that gets generated in the networks, it's humongously impossible for a human intervention to make sense of that and take proactive action for defending the networks. So this is where I think AI use cases for cybersecurity is a big area where a lot of work requires to be done. The faculty here could think of working in that area. The multiple institutions that are working in that area. The second is the security of AI systems. So this is also another area. Recently, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology have come up with a document on the framework for that. But I think we try to have a more deeper document on which actually gives you the process mechanism for getting to assess AI security systems. And that's an area of work that is also we have funded, and hopefully shortly we should be able to come with a framework that's useful for the country for different people to use that framework for that. So these, these are exciting. There's a lot of technology happening, but there is also a lot of concern about how the technology is getting used. And in terms of disinformation, the fake news, and all of that. So there's a lot of body of work that's required to be done. And that's where I think for us to take our JNTUH from a level that we are to the next level, these are areas we should think about how do I leverage the new opportunities that are there, and the faculty should think of creating positions of research in this organization to see that we become part of the national effort to get away from the dependencies of technology and supply chains that we currently have, and their national security concerns. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us a kind of niche areas on which there is a chance for us to get funding and we need to work. So here is to the faculty of ECE, Mechanical, EEE and CSE, gear up, and we have people in the very commendable positions. So it's on us to see that we write proposals of content, rich content, so that we get the funding. Thank you so much, sir. I now request Fatima Garu, who is our proud alumna, to please come onto the dais and receive a memento from our Vice Chancellor, sir. Please come. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Please come. I request our alumna, proud alumna, Mangal Gauri ma'am, to please come to the dais and receive a memento. Madam had been faculty here. Before that, she had worked in ECL. She had a tremendous technical career there. And she had been looking after the Alumni Association and brought it to the, and she had played a key role in bringing the Alumni Association when it was in such a dormant role. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to stress that all those who had received the mementos and awards, they are all representatives of many who are sitting in the audience. In fact, each and every one of you is distinguished here. request our alumni to please come onto the dais quickly. Particularly this JGAM 2025 belongs to the pioneers and founders. All those pioneering batches, please come onto the dais, please. Rajgaru, please come onto the dais. Krovidi Rajgaru, he had been here and instrumental in overseeing the construction work of the pylon. Surendra Reddy Garu also. All the alumni from the pioneering batches, kindly come onto the dais, please. Balakoteshwar Rao Garu of Pragati Research, kindly come onto the dais, sir. Krishna Kumar Garu, if you can, please come onto the dais, sir. Founders and pioneers, sir. Other. Sir, please Randy. Sir, please Randy, sir. వెనకాల కొంతమంది సార్ వెనకాల కొంతమంది సార్ 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 Sir Hemant Garu, please join the gathering. Please.
So good afternoon all, and greetings from the Alumni Association. So this is a vote of the thanks for the session. So as we come close to the memorable alumni celebration, so it's my privilege to express heartfelt gratitude to all those people on the stage, off the stage, who made this great occasion and made this a meaningful occasion. So first of all, we are thankful to our Honorable Minister for IT, Electronics and Communications, Sridhar Babu garu, despite his busy schedules, so he has generously took time to be with us and be part of our occasion, and also shared some inspiring words. And we're also grateful to Sri Balakrishna Reddy garu for taking time to join this alumni meet and share his kind vision and always his unwavering support and commitment for academic excellence. We are also privileged to have our dynamic and respected Vice Chancellor, Sri Krishna Reddy garu, and we are grateful for his constant encouragement and support and for driving force behind this event. And our thanks to Sri Ganpat Reddy garu for showing the direction and vision and leading from the front for this alumni event. And also express our sincere gratitude to the senior university leadership, principals, vice chancellors of the constituent colleges, former principals, former vice chancellors, dignitaries from the constituent colleges, distinguished alumni, guests, and proud alumni achievers. And thankful to our sponsors, without which this event would have been not possible. And thanks to the organizing committee, who has taken the responsibility of organizing this event for the last 2 days. Then the work has been going on for last 4 months in bringing all the alumni together. And finally, our beloved students who are the bridge between our glorious past and our promising future. So we thank you for all your support for this event. And with this deep sense of pride and immense gratitude, thank each one of the alumni and the guests who came for this event, faculty members, students, and all alumni for making this event a huge success. Thank you everyone. And again, we'll be meeting after lunch. Please join in the same room, and it will be an open mic, and we'll have. So we have a startup launch pad event, so where you'll see some of the demonstrations from our startups that are coming. They're doing some good work, and it's also an opportunity for you to contribute to those startups as well. And
alumni lunch opposite the VIP entrance.
yeah, and the alumni lunch is also available onto the left side here, opposite to the VIP hall. So please join for lunch on this side, left side to me. You can exit from this gate.